Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting and give you my opinion on them. Starting off with Roku violating your children's privacy online. There's a lawsuit from the state of Michigan saying that's what they're doing. We'll break down what's happening there. Cord Cutting 2.0 is really taking a bite out of cable TV companies. Not only are people now ditching cable television, but cable internet. We'll break down the 3 things cable executives, if they're smart, I think will do to try to turn around the trend of cord cutting 2.0. And Amazon unveils some new artwork and audio improvements to, I should say, Dolby audio features to its new line of Omni Mini LED TVs. We'll break down these stories and a whole lot more here in a quick second. First though, if you're new here, you can find a link to every story we talk about in the show notes and in the first pinned comment. So you can read it for yourself, come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so they recommend our videos to more people. With that said, let's dive into it. All right, this week, Michigan's Attorney General sued Roku over what calls violations of privacy online for children. Under new laws have been around for a little while now. You cannot target ads or use personal data about minors to deliver ads to them. And they're basically accusing Roku of doing that. Now Roku has come out and denied these claims with that. It'd be very interesting. The Attorney General of Michigan is doing this, as far as I know right now, on their own. There's no other states joining this lawsuit, but that could probably change very quickly. That's often how these work. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. You know, there was a lot of talk about this with YouTube, right? I think that was one of the driving factors that got this law passed, was that YouTube was taking data from all the videos kids watch to deliver highly targeted ads to kids to buy a new toy or something. And really, in the long run, I think for a lot of them, it hasn't made a big difference. Because yes, they can't specifically target individual kids anymore, but they do know, hey, there are certain YouTube channels that minors are more likely, or children are more likely to watch, which means, hey, let's just put our new toy ad or new cartoon show commercial on that channel. We don't target individual kids, but we know kids watch those channels. It'll be interesting to see how this works. Michigan's basically saying that the new law that prevents them targeting children is called COPPA, C-O-P-P-A, which has very strict rules about how you use children's personal information. Roku's denied selling that information or using that information to target ads against people. So is Roku doing that? It's going to be very interesting to watch this. If they are, I'd be very shocked. The penalties are very harsh, and I think a lot of people have discovered that there's so many better ways to target kids to still get high ad dollar without needing to risk violating this law. You just look at YouTube's success still when it comes to the revenue coming to youth and children's type programming. We'll keep a very close eye on this, but is Roku violating children's privacy? We'll keep an eye online on this story and let you know what we find out as it goes through. I have to say, for now, we don't have quite enough information to know if Roku's being dishonest or the Attorney General doesn't have a case. We'll see. Both sides seem very confident in their stance right now and what's going to happen. Only time will tell. All right. We just talked about the absolutely horrible numbers last week from Comcast and, to a lesser extent, Charter, with the growth of Cord Cutting 2.0 as people not only ditch cable television, but they ditch cable internet. And let's be honest, I think cable executives are making the same mistakes they made with Cord Cutting 1.0. First of all, they're kind of ignoring it. They're just saying, oh, not a big deal, temporary blip, you know, we're just some competition for the first time. Second, they're saying, well, you know, we're still making more money. We're moving people to more expensive TV packages, for example. Those are almost word for word arguments I heard when it came to people canceling TV. Now they're using them when people are canceling cable internet. So I sat down and I wrote out 3 things I think cable executives need to do immediately to try to turn the tide of Cord Cutting 2.0 to help protect their companies before, let's be honest, if the same rate in the next 10 years of internet customers cancel that canceled TV over the last 10 years, that's going to put companies like Comcast, Spectrum, and others in a world of pain. All right, let's dive into this. Starting off with number 1 thing that I think cable TV companies need to do is eliminate data caps on all internet plans. I know some do not offer it, some do. Spectrum does not. Comcast has rolled out new plans that do not have data caps, but current customers will need to eventually, once they make it available, switch over to these plans, and some people are not happy about that. I think they just need to eliminate all data caps on current and new subscribers. Otherwise, as 4K video increasingly becomes more and more popular, data caps become a real issue and can become very expensive if you keep going over them. We'll keep an eye on that, but if they want to compete with new fiber and 5G and other internet options that don't have data caps, I think it would be great to do it this way. Some of them, though, like 5G home internet, at times can slow you down if you're congested. I think on Comcast, Spectrum, and others could really stand out by pushing the no data cap and no slowdown for heavy users. We'll keep an eye on it. Number 2, prioritize plans that people really want, the affordable plans, not the gig plans. The vast majority of cord cutters, Americans period, not just cord cutters, don't use a gig worth of speed. It only takes about 25 down for a 4K stream of Netflix, 25, 30 down depending on what kind of streaming service you're using. You can, for example, at 25 down, do 4 4K streams at 100 down, 100 and change. A 300 or 400 or 500 meg down speed, you probably see those speeds, just gives you an idea of how much bandwidth, how much data, how fast it is, for example, your internet service can offer. It's more than enough for them. But now companies are pushing these 1,000, 2,000, or 10,000 megabytes, or 1 gig, 2 gig, 3 gigs, a lot of times they're called now, options. And let's just be honest, they're expensive. Most people will never use them, or at least in today's world. Maybe in the future we find a way that demands that type of data for the everyday user, but for now, they're not. And I think that's why 5G internet is doing so well. It's, 2, 3, 400 down is more than enough for what people want. That allows you to stream a couple Netflix 4K streams, surf the web, have a doorbell camera, ask your smart speaker to do something. It's really all the speed most people need. I think Comcast, Spectrum, and others need to focus on that tier and stop marketing these crazy high ones, assuming all customers are going to go into that. And that goes to the number 3 point. Stop pushing customers to so many expensive internet packages. Those gig plans are expensive. Just like they used to push people to more expensive TV packages, all you're doing is making customers question, am I really getting the value out of this $100+ internet plan I'm paying to my cable TV company versus that advertised $35, $50 price point you're seeing on TV for 5G and other services. Well, yes, there are some people who do need it. I use a gig because I need the up bandwidth. I do a lot of large files uploaded, but the average person does not do what I do for a living, covering technology. So keep an eye on those 3 things. If they can get rid of the data caps, focus on the plans that people actually want and need, and stop trying to just focus on moving everybody to the most expensive multi-gig plan out there to get the most amount of money possible, I think they will be just fine. If they don't make these changes, mark my word, in 10 years from now, we may not, some of the big cable TV companies you know today with cable internet may not be around. You may think I'm crazy, but people said that 10 years ago when I talked about TV. All right, let's keep moving along. A lot to cover still. Amazon has unveiled a new interactive art feature and dual audio features for Fire TV Omni Mini LED series. Now, I reviewed this TV a while back. Very nice, high-end Fire TV. Now, this is their upgraded thing. Turns your Fire TV into a work of art when you're not using it. So your TV, just instead of being a blank screen on the wall, is now an art. Kind of a nice feature. Number 2, dual audio, enhanced accessibility for all. This feature addresses a long-standing consumer request for improved accessibility, allowing users with compatible hearing aids to stream the audio from the TV to their hearing aid as the speakers on the TV still work. Very nice. So you know, you're at Grandpa and Grandma's, maybe they connect their hearing aids to the TV and use that to hear. You just listen to the TV through the built-in speakers. Many TVs offer features like this, but it's like one or the other. You can either connect through... Oh, hold on. Apparently an alarm clock is going off in the next room. Very sorry about that. In the next room, I guess an alarm clock for my daughter was going off. I apologize. All right. Many TVs have offered features like this, but often it was either use the hearing aids or you use the regular speakers. It's nice to see Amazon offer both. Next up, the WNBA is giving you some new options to watch the preseason games, including streaming them for the first time and watching them over the air. Now, a collection of WNBA games starting May 2nd, this Friday, from when I'm posting this, will be available for free online through ION, on broadcast television for free, I should say, and through the W League Pass. If you want to find the full selection of WNBA games available to watch, check out the show notes down below for the story. All right, if you're watching me on a TV for your YouTube, you're part of a growing community of people doing that. YouTube now says a majority of their viewing now happens on smart televisions. And to meet with that, they're rolling out some new improvements, including on the home screen, some improvements to content discovery, just kind of how they place content and show it on there. They're also offering enhanced playback, offering things like looping a video. If you're somebody who maybe you just want ambient noise or something in the background for your TV, you can now, like you were on mobile, loop that video so it doesn't stop, it just continues to play. And improve performance when you're fast forwarding and rewinding, and some other minor changes. Creators are also going to find some new analytic information about how people are watching their content to help them better understand what people like and what people don't like with this. If you want to find the full list, I'll put a list down below for all the improvements to the home screen, but things like new shelves for continue watching, listen again, live performances, and other content there. A podcast tab on your home screen to find video podcasts, and more dedicated areas for shorts. Like them or not, shorts are not going away. Link in the show notes if you want to learn more about all the changes coming to your YouTube app on your TV. And lastly, there's a report out there from Sports Business Journal that Paramount Plus will be streaming Pac-12 games. Now, it's still Pac-2 for now. I'm a huge college football fan, but this fall that Paramount Plus could be the new home to watch some of these games for Washington State and Oregon State. Now, in 2026, I believe it's 6 new teams are joining the Pac-12, and we'll probably get new TV deals about the time that happens. But for now, details are still thin, but the CW, ESPN are sharing them. But it sounds like Paramount Plus could also be a new home to stream some of these games. We'll keep a close eye on this story. It's just a report at this time, but it's part of that growing trend of streaming services trying to find more sports content, because sports are a very popular way to drive new subscribers. If you're a Pac-12 fan, that would drive you to subscribe. Netflix and Peacock have both reported very good success with NFL games exclusive on their service. I'm sure Amazon has as well. And you see why Paramount may be interested in forking over money to air exclusive access to some Pac-12 games. Now, I don't think it'll be all games, probably just 1 or 2 individual games. We'll keep an eye on this. I'll leave you a comment as you know. But the trend of sports content coming to streaming services, not going away, as it's a very good way to attract new subscribers. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. Hopefully without any alarm clocks happening. I checked, the alarm's now off. Until then, take care, be safe. I'll talk to you all again real soon.